Here we have a 2016 Ferrari California T. This is a black on black model. Comes with a 3.9 liter twin turbocharged V8 engine. Made it to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. And I'll leave all the power specs and all of that in the description below. Didn't get a lot of prep for this, but I was just excited to drive it. And I believe we have these LED daytime running lights along with high intensity discharge headlamps. Love the look though. Still one of my dream cars. Then down here we have 20-inch wheels. Power door lock controls, or power mirror controls here, excuse me. Pick a side, you can adjust, and then you can power fold them by turning them all the way down. And then there's your door handle there. You can pop the trunk and the gas cap from the door. And actually pretty good storage in the door panel here. And then over here we can go through our gauge cluster, all of that there. And then headlamp controls here. We have our auto park, we can toggle on and off, and then our electronic parking brake there. Just pull up to engage and then hit the brake, pull it again to disengage. And then here we have our power driver seat. We can heat that, 3 stages there. We can cool it here. And then power lumbar support here. And then we can control the seat bottom and the seat back with 3-stage memory seats. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. I love being able to get my hands on these, and I want to give a huge shout out to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this car today. And if you're interested in buying it, I'll leave a link in the description below. But we'll get back to the inside in a minute. Now, of course, there's not a lot of trunk space here with the top down, but pretty good size space for what you should be using this for anyway, which is just to drive around, maybe pick up a couple grocery bags. But there's the roof there, and I'll show you how that works momentarily. There's a look at the back end. You can hear that growl from the exhaust. And fuel caps here. Of course, only put premium in there. And then same seat adjustability for the most part. You don't get the memory seats, but pretty much same adjustability for the front passenger side. Lockable glove compartment, of course. Owner's manual still in this one. But I just love Ferrari Californias. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood. I thought I popped it earlier. I think I forgot and closed it back. Then right in here, pull that. There's that 3.9 liter twin turbo V8. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat next. So we do get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel to start out with. And then leather wrap steering wheel as well. But over here to the radio, first let me go ahead and put this top up so that I can see. So you just hit that button, pull it up there, and you'll see it starts to come up. And then once that's up, here we have our navigation screen here. We can show the map and all that there. Hit the search icon and you can go ahead and toggle the distance there. And then once that comes up, you can go in here and you can
the route is being calculated.
Confirm your route to wherever you're going. And then you can put your destination in here, set up a home, recent destination, and all that'll come up on that map there. Now you do get Apple CarPlay here wired. I'll show you where that is momentarily. You have Bluetooth audio, and then you get AM, FM, XM radio. Voice recognition is there. And then you can toggle options depending on what screen you're in. And then you can hit that to go back to the main screen. and that's where everything is. It is nice that it's touchscreen and you have buttons, but volume control is there. Use that as a mute. You can scroll through menus, or if you're in the radio, go through your track list, radio stations, whatever. And then you have dual zone automatic climate controls that you control with the knob here, and then you can set your auto mode there, and then adjust fan speed here, and fan direction right there, and then you have your defrost here. And what's cool is you can do that for either side. And then for the shifter, of course, reverse, automatic mode is there. Now you will be in neutral, and to actually get into gear, you just hit this here, and that's how you go into first. I'm gonna put it back in the park because I want it to roll away. And then your auto mode, paddle shifters, if you just want to use the paddle shifters. Hazards are here. You can roll your windows down, up. And then here in the center console cubby space, USB port, and then that's for your Apple CarPlay. And you have a 12 volt as well. Now to the steering wheel, blinkers. You have your drive modes, comfort sport, and then you can turn the stability control off. And then this is for your windshield wipers. High beams, push button start. And then you can use this here to actually go through whatever you have. So go to the main screen, and then let me turn these off real quick. I have no idea what I'm doing, so hopefully that's off. But then you can use this to go through status, and then tire pressure sensors are there. All sorts of gauges. Obviously, I have not been in very many of these, so please bear with me. But mostly I'm just excited to drive this. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and take this 2016 Ferrari California T out on the road for a quick test drive. So I have the California T in sport now. Ride not terrible. Of course, the wheels are a little loud just based on how this car is. It's a Ferrari, so it's not a Mercedes. But still in the sport mode, actually pretty comfortable. It definitely helps having the cooled seats on a hot day like today without the top down, but if I had the top down, you all couldn't hear me, so as much as I'd like to do that. Now for a car that only has a little less than 26,000 miles on it, everything seems to be in pretty decent shape. Transmission is shifting very well, engine sounds good, all the controls seem to be working, cooled seat seems to be working. So pretty impressed so far and how this has held up, especially since it's about 7 years old. And I want to give another shout out to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this car today. They have a crazy inventory and they're always getting cool stuff in. And they're pretty good at shipping vehicles to wherever you may be, especially in the US. So if you ever have a question about that, leave a comment, or I'll leave their website below and you can contact them that way. But they have 2 Ferrari Californias now. One's a 12 and then this 16T. They have tons of Teslas. So if you're looking for a luxury or exotic vehicle, definitely keep an eye on their inventory. But I can't wait to take this on the interstate. Hopefully I'll be able to open her up just a little bit. And this dual clutch, the shifts are so quick. I mean, this thing, without even putting any effort into it, it's just so fast. I wish I had more time to really test this thing, but I mean, my gosh. The exhaust sounds incredible, of course. But the drive is just so... I just feel like I'm driving Ferrari. And I mean that with every bit of respect. It's It just has a presence to it, from the exhaust to the looks, but just the power you feel behind these paddle shifters. It sucks I'm having to drive this in rush hour traffic. But heck, I was to the speed limit without even knowing. Just a fun car to drive. And it's just a tad loud in here. I shouldn't even say it's a tad loud, but I'd rather have the top down, honestly, because I want to feel the wind in my hair. I don't even care if it's loud in here or not, but this is such a treat to be able to drive this car. And what's great about this is it's not even rough to drive. The ride is a bit bumpy, of course, but I mean, this road is torn up, but also it's comfortable while still being a sports car. And not everybody can really do that. Certainly not like Ferrari can. And I can't even get this thing to scream like it can, because like I said, it requires so little effort to get up to speed to keep up with traffic. I can't really push it to its limits, not even for a second. Now, to land one of these, you got to pay. This one in particular is, I think, around $140,000, which for this car I think is worth every penny. I mean, it's a Ferrari, and you really can't even get a hold of these right now. So you might as well start off with something cheap, and then maybe they'll call you and let you order something. But I mean, I really couldn't want for anything else an SF90, 488, whatever they're on now, because they're always changing the models. But this has always been a dream car of mine since they came out with the first one in, I think, 2009. I wanted the blue one with the peanut butter interior. Still my dream car. But after driving this, I would definitely want to have it in a 15 or newer with the turbos, because this is it's just so much fun to drive. What's funny is it tells me I have low fuel, but I still have 81 miles of range. But of course, you put your foot into this 3 or 4 times and then you'll be about empty. But again, just a fantastic machine, really is. And you could daily drive it if you want, but I'd keep this thing in the garage, except for when nobody's out in the middle of the day, and I could really put this to the test. But I mean, again, the dual clutch, or double clutch, whatever. So much fun to drive. And paddle shifters are just fun, specifically on this car. But I'm gonna try and get one good pull coming out of this corner here, which I should be able to do. This will bring me to the end of my review of this 2016 Ferrari California T.